Alright, making a video. It's a bit of a mess, I think. Yeah, probably shouldn't even make it. But anyway, I got some clips, so I'll put it together and it'll be something. I don't know. It probably gets worse as it goes along. Probably. But I don't know. I haven't made this part yet, so maybe this part will be just horrible. Anyway, the making sense stuff. Yeah, last video. I mean, not very good views and such. Yeah, I know I post a lot of videos in a row, and that's always problematic. But, it's good videos, so I'm going to post links to my own videos. What else what am I going to do? This was a really good video. And making sense, too, I guess it was, right? Yeah. And, yeah, I did one on the economics channel, response to Pyro. That was a pretty good video. I think, not bad. Anyway, except I can't spell. But anyway, that's a whole different issue. What else is there? Yeah, okay, so I guess I'll just get to the making sense stuff. Now I'm so tired. I need some energy pills or something. Well, I need to go to sleep at night, but I've been, miseries. Anyway, getting old sucks and such. Like this car vlogging thing, I think I'll do this more often. It's nice and quiet in here. And, just gotta remember to talk loud enough to get to the camera, but it really shouldn't be a problem. It's just right over there. I'm not gonna pretend to be driving. Anyway, that's my driving face. Yeah. So, yeah, so where we leave off. Yeah, well, anyway, so this whole making sense thing. So, Fred's starting to talk about that modern art stuff, about nicotine and stuff, and that's just all pop culture kind of stuff, isn't it? I mean, it's shock value. It is a lot like YouTube. I mean, what rises to the top is not necessarily the best, in a lot of different ways. I mean, not necessarily the most publicly consumable, just the most noteworthy or worthy in a way where people who have a passion for this kind of crap make noise about it. So sometimes little special interests, because no one's saying anything about anything else, can make something that's poor look like it's more popular than it is, just because they're sort of showy about it. And maybe that's it. It's the Warhol kind of thing. You get into this I don't even know if you call it pop culture, because it is kind of elitist culture. It is kind of, niche culture. But it is a controlling culture. So I guess it's almost like the gay rights thing. They probably make more noise for their numbers or something like that. They're more vocal. And so I think the same thing happens in art and other things. So, yeah, I don't know what you do about that. I mean, that's just a part of the commercial world we exist in, and what becomes sellable. And so it's more important to be vogue, non-traditional, shocking, whatever those words are. So reverse psychology kind of crap. So I don't really give a shit one way or the other. Art is, it's migrating and changing and evolving and all that kind of crap, because it's not about the medium anymore. It's not about having a lot of skill anymore, specific skills. It is about expression and imagination. And so that's the good side of it, that you can do a lot with Photoshop and other instruments, and you no longer have to, you might not have to have as disciplined a technique. You maybe don't have to do the ballet thing for 30 years before you can dance, or however you want to describe it. And so you can do something rather magnificent and not be very skilled in any technical capacity. Yeah, that might be the way to put it. So anyway, yeah. Alright, so now let's get back to the making sense part, because this is all part of it. I mean, it's what is a person, and what are humans? Because I guess that's the distinction. Is individuals have their own agenda, and the human race has a different agenda as a collective. It has a different disposition, temperament, ambition, all of those things, and that's where the whole thing sort of, in language anyway, just breaks down, because people just don't really make distinctions between themselves and the collective, and they sort of bleed their perception, what they understand, and they assume the rest of the world understands that, or the rest of the, or most people are existing in some sort of common matrix. But it's, we're all running a different program. We're all living in a same but different world, because we are We're reacting to everything, even just a color, dirt, anything. It's going to affect each person differently. They're going to react differently. It's going to create a different mood, a different sensation, a different neurological reaction. And so in that environment, in my opinion, making sense is going to require careful and explicit use of words and concepts. And all this sloppy cartoon, bubblegum wrapper, poetry, spirituality bullcrap just isn't going to cut it in that world. And what that is, it's not gonna be good enough if you want to do this making sense thing. If we want to have truly constructive conversation, I think that's what we're going to have to do, because we're going to have to make sense to each other, and so we're going to have to use a common language. And even though we have what seem like common languages, like I'm speaking English, and so anybody who speaks English should be able to understand me. It's not working that way, because we just don't have similar enough definitions. Words just mean there's just too much variance in how we define the words. And yeah, so that's enough probably. Just emphasizing a point I made in the previous video, but I guess I'm just making it more explicitly. While I'm here, I'll respond to that Zitsor guy, who is really obnoxious, but his last video wasn't terrible. And so I appreciate that he goes trouble, at least there's somebody making videos. But yeah, I mean, his accent is so brutal that sometimes I don't even understand what the hell he's saying. And he's just sort of obnoxious and rude. I mean, I sort of understand that, I'm not exactly polite. And arrogant and all that stuff. But anyway, the point he made in his last video was, and even in the comments, the people make these stupid remarks like, well, just live your life. Yeah, you only live once. I mean, oh, please. I mean, even to be serious, she made another goodbye video, I think. I mean, it sounded like one. She basically said, fuck you to everybody just because, they're involved in too much drama. Oh, man. I mean, it's coming from where she comes from. I mean, that was all she was about, was fucking drama for 6 months or a year. And she seems to want to put her fingers in it still. I mean, you don't make a drama video if you don't want drama. And when you're calling everybody an asshole and a child and immature and all these... So, yeah, okay, you're not calling anybody a skanky cunt or a fuckturd, but it's close enough. I mean, this idea that you can throw your sophisticated insults are somehow not insults, it's just such bullshit. So anyway, it's just very funny. So what was my point? That Zitzor's a rude bastard. No, yeah, just this idea. I mean, people just keep talking like, yeah, we're just supposed to live this life for our happiness. And if you sit here and start making arguments about how that isn't going to work, that everybody out for themselves is not going to work, it's going to leave a mess, and in the grand scheme of things, I'm philosophically making an argument here. You can't just undo the argument with some kind of crap like, don't worry, be happy. There's a real practical fact here, okay? Life it comes at a cost, and you can't just say, well, the cost is acceptable. Everybody just keeps saying this word acceptable, and like this has no definition. And if I push them for it, I get answers like, well, after 3 nuclear wars, I might say life is stupid. Well, if that's your definition, then you're a fucking lunatic. And so, if you're going to argue to me that I should just relax and live my life, then you're going to have to make an argument somehow that you have a definition of a satisfactory bullshit game. And to just validate life just because it exists, I mean, that's just stupid. That's just... I mean, a rabid dog exists. It doesn't mean you just let it, walk into your living room and start biting your kids. That would be idiotic. So it's just stupid to break the whole argument by saying something as I mean, it's just juvenile. It's too simplistic. You only live once, duh. But in practical fact, guess what? You really don't just live once. Because all these things, doing this living thing, as much as you think you are just so profoundly unique, no, I'm sorry. The snowflake doesn't fall so far from the drift, or however you want to put it, but no, there isn't that much. The differences aren't substantial enough to mean anything real. They just mean something in your wheelie-dealy ego thing. but in reality the differences are non-existent. And it's only logical to recognize that what's in any consciousness's interest should be in my interest. That should be my interest. It's the welfare of anything that's feeling, because feeling is the thing I've decided has value. So just whistling through my life is not a good plan, because there's too much at stake, and there's too much. We're laying the foundation for way too much catastrophe for people to be just comfortable and saying fine. I mean, if somebody starts building a nuclear power plant next to your house, and it's like Homer Simpson doing it, you're not going to be whistling. You know, you're not going to just sit around and say, oh, everything's just fine. No, you're going to be a little stressed. Anyway, enough of the video. Not my best work, but you ignore my best work. So what's the fuck? What's the fuck? That's not even proper statements. Yeah, I am really tired. I'll have to do something about that. Yeah. I really want to get out and take a walk and do the nature thing and all, but we'll see. Running out of time before all the leaves fall off the trees and such. How much? Oh, 12 fucking minutes. Unbelievable. Alright, so there's more crap on the end of this, probably. Which, I'm sorry. I mean, whatever.
Alright, I think this is recording. Yeah, I believe it is. I don't know, some kind of high definition crap. I don't think I'll upload it as that, though. I will upload it as some other lesser definition. So anyway, lovely day today, but I really want to go for a walk and shit and blah blah blah, but shit, obligations, work to do, blah 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 blah. I'm just so tired, horribly tired. That's kind of attractive. That's a mushroom, boy. Holy crap, holy. Yeah, let's put the macro on. That's pretty darn picturesque, I'd say. Hey? Hey? Yeah, that's something. Need a good angle for it, though. What color? Looks like a pumpkin. Little baby pumpkinettes down there. Look at all this stuff. Look at that thing. Oh, big crud. Crud out of it there. Look at the stalk on it there. Big thick stalk. I had to do my fungus theory video again. I do have a theory. Alright, well anyway, back to the other adventures of Mighty Joe Young. No, that's not what this is. So much to do. So few people to do it. I can't see myself. The screen is in the wrong position. What will I do? Alright, this video is not going anywhere. I have made a couple of really great videos though. Last couple. I have to do this painting, fixing of doors, making them work and such, and oh, it's just been a pain. Horrible, horrible. So anyway, everything's quite deteriorated. So anyway, yeah, I don't think I'll make a video here. Maybe later in the car, yeah, because I'm too distracted. So maybe I'll just do some video of the work in progress or something. I don't know if it's worth wasting high definition for that. I don't know. I don't even know if I have a place I can lean this camera. It doesn't really cooperate. It probably made a big noise anyway. Yeah, hell with this. I'll use the other camera. See you next time and such and so forth. Lovely here though. Look at this. Lovely, lovely, lovely. See if I can do this without getting the sun in it. Lovely, 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 lovely. Lovely, lovely. Alright, enough of this crap. Off is something like here.